Hey yo viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Say Being Hunted episode 553. So, back here on our map of course, just playing along, having a bit of fun, gathering device pieces and all that. Where the hell are you coming from, Dogman? You are there somewhere, I don't know where you are. Can I hear you? No, you've gone. It's okay, that's fine, that's fine. You need to head to another island though, since we've technically cleared out all the device pieces on this one. Hope you guys are all doing all well, of course. It's an evening as I'm going to record this, so Tuesday evening I should say. 28th of March, though of course by the time this video goes out it'll be probably a week or two after, so it'll probably be April by the time this video actually goes out. Just saying, just date the video, why the hell not. So like I say, yeah, hope you guys are all doing well and you're enjoying the videos and all that. So, as usual, I'm just sort of taking a relaxing episode after a day of work. I've been spending the day just basically having meetings about course design, things like that, at my workplace, which is always fun, especially when you're having to deal with outstanding questions about compressed timelines on courses and how you fit in different forms of formative and summative assessment and all that, which is always a bit of a conundrum, but fortunately I have experienced colleagues who can offer some interesting thoughts in that regard. Alright, let me just jump while I go to the next island. But I'm not here today to chat about the minutiae of assessment design on courses and developing assessment strategies and things like that, because otherwise that's a very dry topic, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Now, what I actually had in mind was something different, something YouTube related, but not so much to do with the videos I've been watching on YouTube recently, more to do with the ads that I've actually been getting on them. So these last few weeks, feels like for quite a while now, at least a month or two, on many of the videos, whenever I've watched them, of course, I watch a whole range of channels which are monetized, and so, they have ads appearing on them and all that. But I get a lot of ads lately for really shitty looking mobile phone games, and in particular, there is one that has been really doing the rounds on YouTube. Every single freaking video I watch, I feel like this game gets advertised about 2/3 of the time. And you've probably all had adverts for it as well. It's a game, ladies and gentlemen, called Hero Wars. Now, thing is, at first I thought, this was just some shitty little mobile game that I had no interest in and probably would never have any interest in, etc, etc. But I got so many frigging adverts for it that eventually I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to download or play this game, I have no intention of doing so. But I am just curious in terms of learning. Is this game actually popular? Do people actually like it? And apparently, so I searched for it on YouTube, and I found an interesting video. A guy basically talking about how ridiculous this game is. And essentially, this thing has apparently been downloaded about 50 million times, but if you look at the reviews, there's a lot of people who absolutely hate it and say that the adverts for it are incredibly misleading, and the gameplay is absolute bollocks, basically. You've probably seen adverts for it before, but from this video that I watched all about it, apparently this fucking game, there's about 800 different adverts for it, and like the most common one that you tend to see is the most fucking boring looking gameplay possible, where it is basically your little character in a tower with a little number beside him, and you have to sort of like drag and drop him into rooms where enemies are, but you have to make sure that obviously the number of the enemy, the number alongside the enemy, is lower than the number alongside your character. Otherwise, shock and horror, if it's not, your character gets killed. But I was watching this video on YouTube about this game, and apparently that game mechanic is like the first level of Hero Wars, and that's it. That game mechanic then never appears again. After that, it basically becomes a very generic RPG, which requires absolutely no real gameplay on the player's part at all, other than just clicking a button, and that's it. But the thing that always kind of gets me about Hero Wars, just watching that video that I saw on YouTube, and there's just the multitude of adverts I've seen for it, it's such a fucking weird looking game. And like the adverts a lot of the adverts don't make any sense. It's like, how do any of the adverts actually relate to the game itself? Like there's another one that I've seen where it's like the main character guy enters a fucking room, catches a woman who is presumably his wife/girlfriend making out with a horse guy. Suddenly the light goes out, split second later it comes back on, and suddenly everything's normal, the woman is dressed, and the horse guy is just a regular horse. And it's like, sorry, what's that? What is there some kind of story going on here? What is this plot that is unfolding? I don't even know. Let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had adverts for Hero Wars, and how ridiculous have they been? Has anyone out there actually played Hero Wars? And, you know, if you have, why is it the worst game you've ever played? Thing is, I know I haven't even played Hero Wars, and you know, admittedly, there is the old saying of you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But let's be honest, you know, sometimes there are certain things where you don't necessarily need to read or play or watch or see them in any real detail to actually figure out whether they're just a pile of junk and shit. And I feel like Hero Wars is one of those things. Right, let me just get close to these guys. But you know, Hero Wars is not the only weird little mobile game that I've had advertised me in recent weeks here on YouTube. There's another one which I forget the name of. For fuck's sake, why did that guy turn around and just instantly fucking see me? Oh, for fuck's sake, get out of here. Right, you know what? Fuck you. Mate, ouch. Get out. Where's the dog? I don't see the dog. The dog's over there. Fuck you. I'm gonna kill you. Oh god, if I can just actually hit you. Come on. Gotcha. Christ. Doggo, are you going to come and attack me? You are, aren't you? Of course you are. Crap, got you. There we go. And where the hell have you come from up there, buddy? You can just go away, please. It's just a random weird robot. Yeah, I was just saying, the other mobile game that seems to have been advertised to me for a bit, not as commonly as Hero Wars though, is one where you have like the little soldiers. And it's like a certain number of enemies you kill, and then suddenly it like upgrades with different weapons, or like your soldiers become heavier, something like that. And you see adverts for it where it's like a person playing it, but they're deliberately playing it in the most shit possible fashion. Now you see, I'm not much of a backseat gamer, you know. I like to think, just let people play games how they want to play, and they'll figure them out, you know. They'll get good eventually at them. You don't need to necessarily sit there in the comments screaming at them. But these adverts for this other game, you can tell that I think the way they're supposed to work is that you see people deliberately playing them so shit that it makes you frustrated at how bad they are, and thus it makes you want to basically download the game and play it for yourself so that you can, you know, quote unquote, show them not how to play it shit, if that makes sense. And that was the case with some of these adverts for this other like little weird soldier game that I'd seen from time to time here on YouTube, or adverts for rather. I'd seen adverts for even. But yeah, like I say, Hero Wars is the fucking main one that just seems to be doing the rounds at the moment. I don't even know why I'm being advertised it, because I've never searched for mobile games before on Google or YouTube or anything like that. So why it feels like I would be interested in those, I don't know. Google's algorithm sometimes feels like it just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, the only possible reason I could think that it would think to advertise those things to me is because occasionally on Google I have searched for not mobile games, but just apps that I can use on my phone for various utilities like QR code scanners, apps related to things like banking and things like that. But even so, like, that's nothing to do with mobile games, so I don't know why it thinks, based on that I'd be interested in mobile games. I don't know. I could be talking out my arse here. I have absolutely no idea, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not a technical specialist. I have absolutely no idea how Google algorithms actually function, anything like that. So, who knows, basically, is what I'm saying. It's a mystery, an absolute bloody mystery. Oh, where the heck was that wisp that I saw before? It's all the way down there now. Alright, I'll go this way then. I'll come and get him. You two over there can just bog off, alright? Man. Let me know in the comments though, ladies and gentlemen, you had any weird adverts recently on YouTube? Things that don't really make a lot of sense to you? You don't know why you're being shown them, anything like that? I mean, I've talked about weird adverts before that I've had on YouTube. It's not the first time. I had that one quite a while back. It was like a weird cartoon about a girl in a library who comes across a fetish book or something. Something to do with BDSM, whatever it was. I can't even remember. Yeah, you know, if you listen to the sort of things I talk about sometimes in my videos, you think, "Good God, Red, what have you been searching for online that has led Google to think you'd be interested in these things?" And that's the thing. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's like Phil always says to me, well, it must be something you've searched for, because, you know, that's how the algorithm figures out what you might be interested in, because it, you know, sees what you're searching for and it thinks, okay, this is similar, therefore it'll advertise that. But again, I don't know, because it just feels like some of the stuff that gets advertised to me is just weird and doesn't relate to anything I've really actually looked at. That's the problem. So I've no idea. I've really no idea, ladies and gents. It's just bizarre. Oh god, there are fucking robots around here. Shit. Balls to ya. I'm just going to get out here with my fucking special little revolver. Right, doggo, you're not going to get near me, I don't think. Okay, hold on. Got ya. Right, you're out. Just take him out so he doesn't get me. And then we retreat, and those guys won't know what hit them. Or rather, they won't know where I went. I don't know why I said they won't know what hit them. Who knows? Alright. And then we just need to keep our eyes peeled for another wisp. And then we can go get the final device piece of this island, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes. With all that said, basically I just wanted to make a Sir You're Being Hunted episode where I could rant about stupid mobile game adverts and all that I've been seeing here on the YouTubes as of late. Though, like I think I've said this though to Phil before, and I'll say it again here. Sometimes I think it's not just a matter of Google sort of looking at things you've typed in and then thinking, okay, this advert might also be of interest to you. Sometimes I wonder if it is maybe the sort of companies behind certain products or services or whatever. Sometimes I wonder if it is maybe the case that they pay for like an advertising blitz, so as a result Google algorithms just like pushes something irrespective of whether or not you've really searched for it. I feel like that sometimes is the answer, and that maybe sometimes accounts for some of the really weird stuff that you get adverts for on Google and YouTube and whatever else have you. Probably that explains some of them, at least. It won't explain all of them, but it'll explain some of them, I would imagine. But once again, I could be talking right out of my arse. Who knows? Okay, right, where are these wisps actually going to? They're going down here somewhere, ladies and gents. Yeah, it does make me think, though. Imagine if you could just come up with like a really stupidly basic, simple concept for a mobile game that doesn't require any real sort of gameplay. Is not actually... Oh my god, that was there all along. Somehow I didn't notice. Oh, it's on a freaking island? Is it on a headland? Oh, it's on a headland. Peninsula? Kind of? I don't know. Yeah, I was saying, if you could think of like a really stupidly idiotic or simple concept for a mobile game, you could just then monetize it and profit, sell it to someone, ask for royalties or whatever, and then you'd be set up for life then, wouldn't you, ladies and gents? Ladies and gentlemen, just saying. Alright, let me just... is it just the one dude over there? It looks like it's just the one dude. Interesting, usually there's two of them, but unless they're stuck on the other side of the crag up there, I'm not sure. Oh, did I set enough time on that phone? I did set that phone on that, oh my god, what are you doing? Don't do that. Alright, you know what? This is quite a risky move, but if we go through the water, I'll be able to do this, ladies and gents. Aha, you see? Shit. There we go. Pro move, ladies and gents. That's where Red pulls one of his pro gamer moves. Off you go. Go on, over there, guys. Whoa, where are you going that way? Okay, you're going to go that way instead, that's fine. Oof. The guy nearly saw me. Got it. Right, well it seems they can't actually path up this slope, so hence they have to go around like that. It's probably why that guy was sort of going around, because he wanted to sort of go down there, but his pathing, for some reason, wouldn't let him actually just go directly. How strange. How very peculiar, how very weird. Well, at least we got all our device pieces that we could require here. It's an interesting little generation of land, though, isn't it? With this weird little sort of lagoon over here, I guess you'd call it. Sort of. Is that what it is? I don't know. No idea. Ladies and gentlemen. It's an interestingly bluish texture, that, coming up under the light. How curious. You doing alright over there, bud? You just sort of stuck over there? It looks like he's sort of stuck over there. Okay, well, I'm just going to move off back towards where the jetty was located. Alright. Now I've kind of run out of topics to talk about. unfortunately, at this stage. So it's going to be me wittering about what I'm doing in game from this point onward. That's why I should really always prepare So You Being Haunted episodes with more than one topic to actually talk about, in case the first one eventually runs out of steam. That's the thing, If there's one thing I've learned in my time doing YouTube, it's that actually keeping up a conversation, especially like a one-sided conversation like this, where it's just me yammering away about whatever, can be a lot harder than it looks. Because that's the thing, a lot of aspiring kind of YouTubers, myself included, often we sort of fall into the trap of just sort of commentating on what we're actually doing in game. Oh, I'm just going to wander over here, or I'm just going to shoot this guy, etc., that kind of thing. When you think about it, really, you want your commentary to be more than that. You want your commentary to be a bit more interesting than just, stating the obvious in terms of what your viewer can actually see on screen at any one moment. And you know what? It's quite hard. It's quite challenging at times. You have to rack your brains. I could always go back to what I mentioned at the start of the video about the minutiae of thinking about suitable formative and summative assessments for a time-compressed course and why that's challenging. But like I say, that would be boring as hell. I don't think you'd want to hear about that now, would you, ladies and gents? Alright, we're nearly at the jetty though, that's the good news. Ugh. But yes, actually having said that, speaking about work, thing is, we're on sort of the climb down now to the Easter holidays. Probably by the time this video actually goes out, it will be Easter break and all that for us at work. So yeah, things are sort of easing up a little bit, and I'm hoping that Term 3 will be a bit less busy, because Term 2 here at work has been very, very intense at times. Alright, let me just jump cut. You see, it's just a combination of a few members of staff being off with COVID, and then obviously our client, who we're contracted to provide educational services for, they've been asking for sort of more and more commitments from us, things like that. So naturally, it just means that we end up being a bit understaffed, or so it feels at times. The pressure's really on us and all that. But like I say, we've got kind of past that hump at the moment. We've got some new members of staff starting. So hopefully, come Term 3, things will just start to get a bit easier again, and that'll be good. But, I think all workplaces probably go through moments like that, where they have, sort of moments of pretty intense activity, where everyone sort of has to take on a bit more activity just to, keep things ticking over, etc. It happens. Not much you can do about it, but just soldier on sometimes. Alright, so, as we come back to the Standing Stones, I think we'll start to wrap this episode up, ladies and gentlemen, so hope you'll join me for the next part, and hope you all enjoyed this part as well, listening to me rant and rave. Oh god, where are you? I hear you. Let me just quickly deposit those. Boom. Right, next episode we'll go to another island. I might well start on another island at the beginning of the next episode. Facebook and links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested, and if you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. But other than that, I'm signing off now. Goodbye, everybody. We're going underwater, ladies and gents, aren't we? It wants me to go for a stroll. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Oh, is there like a path there? Oh god, there is. Oh, this is different. Sure. Oh god. Hi there, Mr. Big Moray Eel, or whatever you are. You just stay there. Chill, okay? Just leave me alone. Oh boy. Oh, there's a fucking submarine. I didn't even realise. Well, that wasn't first. Huh. I mean, it's not a very big submarine. It's more like a mini sub, that. Like one of those German Bibers from World War II.